Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you would never ask, Heidi. It's a weekend, so let's do the whole doggone thing. Saturday, September the 3rd, National Welsh Rarebit Day, U.S. Bowling League Day, National Tailgating Day, and World Beard Day. So if you got little whiskers on your chin, it's your day today. September the 4th, Sunday, National Pastor's Spouses Day, National Macadamia Nut Day. So that's if you really like macadamias and you're nut about them, that's your day. And Newspaper Carrier Day, National Spice Blend Day, and National Wildlife Day. All those things happening this weekend, Heidi.
Okay.
Guess who my guest is?
Who's your guest?
Wrong. You don't know. Brannon Braga is my guest. He is involved in a project called The End Is Nye. And it's a documentary, and the star is Bill Nye, the science guy.
Oh.
And Seth MacFarlane's involved in this project. I believe he's the executive producer. Anyway, we'll chat with Brannon all about that coming up.
What can I say that I haven't already said about BetterCreditCards.com? It's a website. You go there to get a better credit card. Okay, that's really probably all I need to say for most of you, but I still have time left, so how about this? At BetterCreditCards.com, we have different kinds of credit cards, some with better points and perks, some designed to help you build your credit. Whatever stage of life you happen to be in, we want to help. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. People who drink tea may be more likely to live longer than those who don't drink tea. According to a large study, they compared those who don't touch tea and people who consume 2 or more cups of tea per day, and they had 9 to 13% lower risk of mortality. That's good news for tea drinkers.
That is very good news for tea drinkers.
Findings published in the Lipton Journal, no, just kidding. It's the Annals of Internal Medicine suggested the result was the same regardless of whether the person added milk or sugar to their tea or what their preferred temperature was. So if it's hot tea or if it's cold tea, they say tea contains helpful substances known to reduce inflammation. And I, for one, love tea.
I drink too.
Iced tea all the time.
We were drinking it a lot for a while.
And we do drink hot tea from time to time, but I'm a big fan of iced tea, so it's all good. All right, surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com.
Are you looking for an energy drink that's natural, lasts longer, has no dyes, no artificial flavorings, and no sugar? Blitz Energy Drink is the answer. With only 10 calories per serving and 200 milligrams of caffeine, our formula will help increase your focus, endurance, mood, and energy levels. Order now at drinkblitzenergy.com. Use promo code RADIO20 to save 20% and get free shipping on any canister. drinkblitzenergy.com. Promo code RADIO20. That's drinkblitzenergy.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by RadioTravelGroup.com. Heidi, did you know that wood is one of the most common building materials, but it obviously has a big weakness: fire. Well, now a team in Singapore says they've created an invisible coating to prevent wood from burning.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, researchers say their invention allows for the natural beauty of wood to shine through and only activates through fire, through exposure to flames. So they're saying it would be fireproof, and you wouldn't even know this is on there. But if there are flames, then all of a sudden this thing would go to work, and it would like block the flames.
Okay.
Keeping it fireproof. Current fireproofing methods involve using a fire retardant panel like a gypsum or magnesium board, but it's a really thick thing, and it conceals the natural wood grain, so you can't even tell that it's wood anymore. This new coating is very, very thin, and it's transparent, making it invisible to the naked eye.
That is fascinating.
Yes, it is. We don't know
Finally,
everything.
an invention that is actually worthwhile.
That is kind of neat. Yeah, we don't know everything, but now we know this. Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. HBO has given House of the Dragon an early renewal for Season 2. This just came out like 2 weeks ago, and it's already done so well. They're like, yep, working on a new season. So I had a guest on the program who is in this program, and he has seen the entire thing and knows what's going to happen. And I tried squeezing some of the answers out of him, and he wouldn't tell me nothing. So A lot of guns.
They can't.
Nah, I know. A lot of good that interview was. No, it was actually a pretty good one. It's a record-setting debut for the prequel to the Game of Thrones. House of the Dragon launched August 21st to the largest audience for any new original series in HBO history. First episode seen by over 20 million viewers.
That's insane.
Yeah, it sure is. And Bring It On just celebrated its 22nd anniversary. That was a film about cheerleaders. And one of the film's stars has an idea for a potential sequel to the beloved comedy, where the film spanned 6 direct-to-video sequels, but none of them featured any original cast members. So they're saying, hey, we want to go back to the original cast, and I got this idea. So I don't know. Did you like Bring It On? Was that a show you liked?
I don't think I even saw it.
All right. It was 22 years ago. You'd think you'd remember. Maybe not. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Join us in October for The Sands, a week of music and fun that's been described as the best week ever by many guests. This year we have more icons and more fun. Loverboy, Belinda Carlisle, Lou Gramm, Vanilla Ice, Samantha Fox, Firehouse, and many more already on the schedule. Plus, more announcements coming soon. Plan to join us October 25th through the 30th at Planet Hollywood Beach Resort Cancun. This all-inclusive event will be the time of your life. Learn more now at radiotravelgroup.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. I got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 simple little things to chat with you about.
Okay.
So here we go. First one. John Alfred Tinniswood, the oldest person in the UK, recently turned 110 years old.
Aww.
Yeah. Happy birthday. What do you do for a 110-year-old? What kind of party would you throw for a 100?
Certainly don't like candles.
Well, I don't know. Maybe 110 candles. I have no idea.
That'd be tough to blow those out.
And British firefighters rescued a man who got his hand stuck in a sofa. So
what was he looking for?
I don't know if he dropped something down in the crack of the cushions.
Looking for coins.
Could have been. I don't know. But they had to rescue. Can you imagine how embarrassing that would be?
That would be pretty embarrassing, yeah.
I had a friend that he was on the toilet and the toilet fell through the floor and the firefighters had to rescue him.
Man.
That would probably be just one step above this being, because that's pretty embarrassing.
That's awful.
All right. And another story here. Forbes has released a list of the world's highest paid tennis players. Let me look at this list. Dang it. I'm not on there again.
Again.
No. Probably doesn't hurt that I don't know how to play tennis, so that's probably not going to help. And experts say your cell phone is dirtier than your toilet seat.
I have read that before many, many times. But that makes sense. You're sitting on the toilet using your phone, and then you're holding it, and then you, after you do your business, you get up and
I'm
wash
sliding
your
my
hands.
phone way away from me right now. And one last thing here for the scoop of the day. Heidi, did you know some cats are allergic to humans?
I think we talked about
we
this.
did.
Yeah.
I was just checking to see if you were paying attention. We did talk about that.
I listen to you sometimes.
What's that? You saying something?
Sometimes.
All right. Scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com.
Are you ready to enjoy a little slice of paradise? Check out this beautiful family-owned, professionally managed vacation rental in sunny Poipu, Kauai, Hawaii. Our family stayed recently and we absolutely loved it. The area is so beautiful and the vacation rental has room for up to 6 guests. Why stay in hotel rooms when you can all enjoy your own area in a vacation rental? Visit Hawaii and make your trip to this tropical paradise one to remember. Learn more at radiotravelgroup.com. That's radiotravelgroup.com.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Super excited to visit with television producer, director, and screenwriter Brannon Braga. And he also is known for things like Star Trek, The Next Generation, Star Trek Voyager, Star Trek Enterprise, and many other Star Trek films. And we've got him on the line right now. Brandon, how are you, sir?
I'm great.
We're excited to chat with you about a new program on Peacock, 6-part docuseries, The End Is Nye, and it's with Bill Nye, the science guy. Tell me a little bit about this program.
Well, it's a science disaster show, meaning in the first half hour we depict some kind of civilization-ending disaster, which culminates in Bill's demise in some surprising fashion. And then in the second half hour, Bill comes back to life and shows us how science can help us survive or even prevent some of these disasters. So it's a science adventure disaster show with a happy ending
And
for a change.
Happy endings are nice. It's good to have good to have something that turns out good. So the nice thing about this would hopefully be a wake-up call for some folks to maybe make some changes while we can and do things while we can to hopefully not have the same fate that we see in this program, right?
That is exactly the goal of the show. It's, we designed a show that would thrill you and maybe even scare you a little bit in the first half. And then science comes in the second half. And we want to show plausible disasters with real solutions that can be implemented and really kind of empower the audience. And these we live in some scary times. It's a real show for the times.
Again,
we need some hope right now.
Again, the program is called The End Is Nye, and it's with Bill Nye, the Science Guy, on Peacock. It's a 6-part docuseries, and I see it's produced by Seth MacFarlane. Have you worked with Seth on other projects before this, Brandon?
Yeah, we worked on a show called Cosmos. We did 2 seasons of that, which is another science adventure show about astronomy. We did 2 seasons of that, and that's the first, we've been friends for 20 years, but we worked on that. And we worked on The Orville, which is a science fiction show that's currently streaming on Disney Plus, which is kind of a Star Trek-like show that's been had 3 seasons now.
Very, very nice. And is this the first time you've worked with Bill Nye, or have you worked with him on other things as well?
First time working with Bill. Bill and I have been friends for quite a while. We've always wanted to work on something, but it wasn't really till Seth came up with this idea that we found the right thing to work together on. And it was fun working together. Wasn't sure how it would go, but it went great.
And people know you from the Star Trek world, and there are a lot of people, they call them Trekkies, that are big fans of that. And I suppose in the Trekkie world, because of all these projects that you've been a part of, you're probably pretty well known in that circle, aren't you?
I am. I did Star Trek for 15 years. I wrote a couple hundred episodes. It's what I will always be most known for is my work on Star Trek. I did 3 TV shows, 2 movies. So it's, most of my adult life was spent doing Star Trek, yes.
And what was it that first got you interested in that world? Were you a fan of the original TV show? Is that kind of what pulled you into this?
I was a fan of science fiction. I wasn't necessarily a fan of the original, though I, of course, had watched it like most people. But I got an internship on Star Trek The Next Generation in 1990 around the end of the 3rd season of that show. And I just randomly got put there, but I was very lucky to be put there because I really took to the show. And I went in as an intern, and 15 years later, I was running the whole thing. I had quite an adventure there.
That is really, really cool. And now the new project, a new 6-part docuseries on Peacock, The End Is Nye, starring Bill Nye, the Science Guy. And again, our guest today, Brandon, what is your role in this? You're a producer, director, and screenwriter. Is that what you're doing on this project as well?
Yeah, I wrote or co-wrote and directed the episodes along with Bill and Seth producing, and obviously Bill hosts the show. Seth MacFarlane makes a cameo in every episode, usually as a little bit of a villainous comic relief character, and it was a real group effort.
It looks like a lot of fun, and it looks like something we can all learn quite a bit from. Brandon, thank you for your time. I appreciate it, sir.
Yeah, you too, man, and have a great day. A safe day.
Absolutely. I will throw a link to make it easy to find. It's called The End Is Nye. It's on Peacock, and I'll throw a link to all the information in the show notes for today at JohnAndHeidiShow.com.
What can I say that I haven't already said about BetterCreditCards.com? It's a website. You go there to get a better credit card. Okay, that's really probably all I need to say for most of you, but I still have time left, so how about this? At BetterCreditCards.com, we have different kinds of credit cards, some with better points and perks, some designed to help you build your credit. Whatever stage of life you happen to be in, we want to help. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Fewer than 1% of all Google searches use the I feel lucky button. So less than 1%. Did you ever see that on there?
I've not seen that.
So you search for something, you hit I feel lucky, and it'll just take you to whatever they think is what you were looking for.
Okay.
Yeah, I've never used it.
I've never.
Less than 1% of the people have. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
When Montenegro became an independent state from Yugoslavia, their internet domain name went from you to me. So,
Okay.
so instead of .com, they're .yu, and then they went to .me.
Okay.
Yeah. How
That's
cool is
cute.
that? From you to me.
Yeah.
All right. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
It is estimated that it takes 39,000 gallons of water to produce the average car. So all the different things making different parts.
Okay.
39,000 gallons of water to make a car.
one?
To make one car.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. There you go. Several fun facts. Now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Are you looking for an energy drink that's natural, lasts longer, has no dyes, no artificial flavorings, and no sugar? Blitz Energy Drink is the answer. With only 10 calories per serving and 200 milligrams of caffeine, our formula will help increase your focus, endurance, mood, and energy levels. Order now at drinkblitzenergy.com. Use promo code RADIO20 to save 20% and get free shipping on any canister. drinkblitzenergy.com. Promo code RADIO20. That's drinkblitzenergy.com.
Time now for the Mint Mobile Question of the Day. Yay! It's brought to you by Mintervention.com. This is a different kind of question here. If this item was hooked up to an EEG, the readings would be virtually the same as the brain waves of a healthy adult. This item.
This item.
Yeah. What would be equal to the same brain waves as a
Jeez,
healthy
I
adult?
have no idea.
A bowl of Jell-O.
Oh, that's creepy.
Yeah. So your brain is basically like Jell-O. Or Jell-O is like your brain? I'm not sure. There we go.
I probably won't be eating Jell-O anymore.
Yeah, probably not. Brains. Mint Mobile Question of the Day brought to you by Mintervention.com.
Join us in October for The Sands, a week of music and fun that's been described as the best week ever by many guests. This year we have more icons and more fun. Loverboy, Belinda Carlisle, Lou Gramm, Vanilla Ice, Samantha Fox, Firehouse, and many more already on the schedule. Plus, more announcements coming soon. Plan to join us October 25th through the 30th at Planet Hollywood Beach Resort Cancun. This all-inclusive event will be the time of your life. Learn more now at radiotravelgroup.com.
Now some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. I love this idea. Residents of Sweden's largest island have been competing to determine who has the ugliest lawn. Yeah, I could win this one. Contest is an effort by the municipality of Gotland to promote water conservation. After the island saw a record-breaking number of visitors last summer, local politicians realized drastic changes were needed to save their water supplies. So, the ugliest lawn contest was created.
That's adorable.
It reminds islanders not to waste water or to talk about ways they can adapt their lawns. Oh, no, that's what they do want to do. They don't want to discourage that. The winner, by the way, was Marcus Nordstrom, whose yard was playfully described by the judges as, quote, a really lousy lawn that lives up to all of our expectations. And then the guy's like, what? There's a contest? Huh? What are you talking about? They pointed out the prize-winning yard demonstrated meritorious laziness and a great care for our common groundwater.
Laziness.
His reward for
That's
his lack
adorable.
of effort is a visit from a gardener and the judge, who will offer personalized advice on what plants to grow in place of grass in the future. So
That's fantastic.
that really
I love
is.
that.
It could have been our good news story, but I thought it was also kind of weird. That's why it's here. Weird news. Brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the list, brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. This was on BuzzFeed. Things people learned way too late in life. First one was, I thought lions and tigers were the same animal all throughout my teenage years. That lions were the boys and tigers were the girls. What?
What?
Yeah, somebody thought that. Another one. I didn't know you made pasta with flour and water. I thought you grew noodles on trees. Okay.
Okay.
I was in my 20s when I learned that water polo is not playing on a swimming horse. I was embarrassed and very disappointed. Okay. I learned that local anesthetic does not mean it was made in a lab nearby. I thought it was local like local honey. Okay. For the longest time, I didn't understand why you would go to a mechanic to get your wheels rotated when they rotate all the time while you're driving.
Oh, that's adorable. That one's cute.
And one more. I thought billboards that said available and had a phone number were ads for single people. That is adorable. There's a couple more on the list if you want to read it. It's in the show notes for today at JohnAndHeidiShow.com.
Are you ready to enjoy a little slice of paradise? Check out this beautiful family-owned, professionally managed vacation rental in sunny Poipu, Kauai, Hawaii. Our family stayed recently and we absolutely loved it. The area is so beautiful and the vacation rental has room for up to 6 guests. Why stay in hotel rooms when you can all enjoy your own area in a vacation rental? Visit Hawaii and make your trip to this tropical paradise one to remember. Learn more at radiotravelgroup.com. That's radiotravelgroup.com.
Time now for the quote of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com. Our quote today is from Tom Wilson, and Tom says, "A smile is a facelift that's in everyone's price range."
Oh, isn't
It
that
is.
sweet?
There was a really cool project that a photographer did. They
I know
asked
which one you're talking
for
about.
permission. They said, "Can I take your photo?" And they're like, "Okay." And they took their photo, and then they said, "You are beautiful." And then they smiled, and they
And
took
then they
another
took
photo.
another photo.
And it was so amazing to
Yeah.
see the difference between, because the first one, they're almost all kind of confused. Like, "Can I take your photo?"
and they're
like,
uncomfortable,
what?
and yeah.
But it is true. Smile. It is a huge, it's a facelift that is in everyone's price range.
That's really sweet.
It improves your face value.
Wow. Yes, it does.
All right. Quote of the day comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to JohnAndHeidiShow.com. Again, JohnAndHeidiShow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. It comes your way courtesy of radiotravelgroup.com. And the story today, an Uber driver pulled over in mid-ride to rescue people from a burning building.
Whoa.
Yeah, this is a crazy cool story. Uber driver in New York City being hailed as a hero after helping 2 people escape a burning building in Brooklyn. Fritz Sam, age 54, was taking a passenger to LaGuardia, the airport, when he came across a 4-story apartment building that was on fire. Sam said he noticed flames coming out of the second-floor window, but did not see any first responders at the scene, so he sprung into action. He said, "I first asked my passenger, 'Can I pull over? Maybe we can help.' So we got out of the car and we ran over there." I love that. So him and the passenger both. "When I thought there might be someone in that building, there was something in me that I just couldn't hold back. I had to go inside." His passenger, Gemma Wee, was in awe of his heroism. She snapped photos of the flames pouring out of the second-floor window. She and others in the street began yelling to alert residents of the fire. Sam located a woman on the second floor and a man on the first floor and accompanied them both to safety. According to both Sam and Wee, firefighters arrived shortly after the last resident exited the building. Sam comforted the residents, made sure they were okay, then returned to his car to finish his Uber ride to the airport.
I hope
Isn't
she
that
made
amazing?
her flight.
That is amazing. Yeah, I bet she did. On the way to the airport, it says, "Drove by a burning building. My Uber driver leapt out of the car and went into the building. The rest of us were screaming at the top of our lungs." This is what she posted on her Twitter. And we rushed to the airport. I did make my flight. So she posted on her Twitter page that she made it, Heidi.
Nice.
Uber also acknowledges Sam's act of heroism, and they had a really nice post that they had as well. So
Yeah, that's some nice advertising for Uber.
well, we've mentioned their name numerous times.
Exactly.
He should be getting a little something, something, if you know what I mean. All right, I've got that story in the show notes for today at JohnAndHeidiShow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great weekend. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.